his new favorite song is A B C D E F G. Gummy bears are chasing me. My son just became possessed.
Oh, you can manage players now. That's cool. I have found 4 golden guts so far.
Nice.
And I've only made it to the first outpost. Just imagine the base we could build if we just, like, took a trip to Moria Walmart one time. Moria Walmart's sitting on over 3,000 gold ingots.
Nice. Oh, you said 3,000?
Yeah. We don't have any of the new stuff, obviously, but we spent so much time, like, overloading on the, like, stuff before the update.
Alright.
It's like any of these fucking, what you call them? Let's see, what have I found that's new so far? Any of these, a box we won't have.
Love it. All done. All done.
We won't
what will we have?
Yeah. We wouldn't have any, like, for the Moria Walmart wouldn't have any of, like, a box, like the Warden and Swift box and that stuff, like the new shit.
One more time and then all
It
done.
wouldn't have any of the, building scrolls or tomes, which I don't even know fully what those do yet, but I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't have any of the Mahal's gifts.
Not in the bed.
You guys knew.
Lay your ass down now.
Stop kicking the wall.
Lay down now. In the corner.
Chronic seemed annoyed by the sandbox mode so far.
Lay down, you're going in the corner. 1.
I just got the build war tome for the Ori's,
Yeah, that's where I got my first one too. You find them in, if you see an ornate chest laying around, like randomly anywhere, search them. That's where I've been finding them so far. I have 4 so far. I haven't actually built the shelves yet, because I'm waiting until I get to the Elven District so I can build my base.
Alright.
I'm just like building the bare minimum in this first outpost right now.
Yeah, I think I built like the bare minimum so far where I'm at.
Back to work.
So much coal. Seems like they fixed most of the lighting issues, finally at least. So that's a big plus.
Yeah, something I want to do is, I don't know if I want to do it like throughout the game, or if I want to like beat the dragon, then go back through to the beginning and tear out like all the like barricades and you know, whatever, tear all that shit out, and then just, you know, fix up the ground, fix up the wall and the houses and shit, you know.
Yeah. That's what I had started to do on one of my old saves before they got wiped. Basically how my strip mining saves start. It's usually the initial start of my strip mining saves, at least, is like initially like I'll just be trying to like clear out all like the miscellaneous like stuff and like obstacles, etc., so I can fix up the buildings. But then I would almost always inevitably end up accidentally destroying the wrong thing, which collapses the entire building.
Alright.
And then I'm just sitting there like, well, I guess it's time to just destroy everything. I'm gonna be beyond pissed if I get to the Elven District on this save and it's like a shitty one. Because so far I'm liking the beginning of this save.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like sometimes I'll like make like 5 new worlds all at one time and just run to the Elven District and all of them and compare them. And be like, okay, this is the one I'm gonna play on. Because the Elven District is basically the only place I live until I get like to the last like areas of the game.
Right.
Like basically until I get to Bronze, or however the fuck it's pronounced, the actual city.
Which city? Are you talking about Doridelf?
Probably, but I always try to go by like the actual like name the map gives, the one with the B. I don't know why, it's so much easier to say Doridelf. The map, like the map name is like Bar or something like that.
Oh, Bar and Bard. Yeah.
Like the giant hall at the entrance to Doridelf.
Yeah, that's the city of Doridelf.
Yeah, but it's like specifically like that giant like hall where like the troll is and stuff.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a part of Dwarf, it's like a specific region of it. Dwarf itself is split into fucking... I mean, if I'm being technical, Dwarf is the entire map. Dwarf is just the dwarven name for Moria. So technically, even the Western Bastion, technically you could consider part of Dwarf, like the Western Halls in the first area.
I thought it was all part, like, you know, I thought it was all part of Doridelf.
It is, that's what I'm saying. It's like even like the Western Halls and the entrance, like first area you're in, like that's still technically Dwarf. Dwarf is just the dwarven name for Moria. But like, if you're talking the actual like city, it's what's on the other side of the highway, and then like Bar and all that. I like that massive entrance hall though, where the troll and stuff is. So
yeah, I like building where that troll is.
I always like lure the troll like into a sunspot so he turns into stone, and then I use him as a scarecrow. Like I build my farm around it.
I'm right here. It is okay. I am right here. I don't want you laying on my chest. Okay. 100% okay.
You are fine, Bubs. You are still near mommy. So I accidentally hit him back.
No, but you can tell. You're okay. Now stop.
He's just gonna be paranoid now because I already tried to put him in his bed. That's gonna be the issue.
He wasn't.
I'm just saying. That's what's gonna keep him up for a little bit. He's gonna be watching for us to try it again. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to watch for us to do it again, you know what I mean? He's not stupid. He already got his warning sign. He's like, fuck, if I fall asleep and get him out. Good that he's not stupid, but sometimes it'd be so much easier if he was. But he's too smart for his own good sometimes, honestly. Not only is he too smart for his own good, but for a 3-year-old, he's excessively sneaky. Like, when I, like, borderline ninja levels of sneaky bleezy.
Alright.
Like, this motherfucker earlier today, this is an instance from today. It's like what made me initially, like, leave earlier. And then we went downstairs and everything. Fucking, he was out in the hallway watching TV, playing, perfectly fine and everything. He did it long enough that we let our guard down and stopped, like, fully keeping an eye on him because he's just sitting in the hallway watching TV or whatever. We realize it's been 5 minutes. He's silent. He's not in the hallway. We look over in the spare bedroom that's being renovated, and he had used a screwdriver to completely open a paint can and was painting the wall. Dead silent the entire time. He's both too smart for his own good and too sneaky for his own good.
I'll just wait until he gets older. Let's see what he can do then.
You haven't been able to lock this kid out of anything since he was 1.5 years old. He figured out baby gates before he was like walking. He's literally fucking the baby from Rugrats reincarnated. It would not surprise me if he just pulled a fucking screwdriver out of his diaper and started fucking undoing shit. And then other things, he's just super weird, like what he's doing right now. Like, he refuses to itch himself. At all. He'll sit there and scream at you for an hour that he's itchy until you scratch him.
Hey, so what did you hear when I asked about like if you were if you pre-ordered Star Wars Outlaw?
I think I had left at that point. And I haven't pre-ordered it. I don't have the money for it right now, but I plan on getting it eventually.
Yeah. Are you excited for it though?
Yeah, it looks really good. Monument to Durin the Third.
I probably should have waited to buy again, you know, but it's like
You're excited for something. You're excited for something.
yeah, well, I mean, my thing is that like my rent is, you know, up oh so high and shit, and it's like, you know, I'm yeah, it's for me it is, you know, it's like, you know, I'm paying $700 and my SSI is like $948, and then I still have like Comcast at like $167, and then my phone like or something. It's like phone bill is, or you know, doesn't give me a whole lot to do anything with and shit. And then if I need to buy stuff for Loki, you know, like food or whatever, you know, it's, you know, it's just, you know, kind of out there price wise.
Till Durin wakes from sleep.
I mean, 3 more months, and well, I mean, after I pay this next month, it'll get slightly better because I'll only have like 2 more months where I have to pay like $500. Or I mean, you know, I'm paying like, you know, part of that 700 is, you know, me paying $100 for Loki for the next 2 months. So
Yeah. Scratch yourself, Bubbies. That's not hard.
That seems cool.
What do you think, Lazy?
But
Should I include like the room with the monument to Durin like outside the Elven district as like the entrance to my home?
I hate this.
you could probably do that. Yes. Actually, I just read what the build lore tome can do. But it's like I gotta collect enough onto a build lore case. That'll give me a bonus.
This would be a much easier decision if there was at least one rebuildable hearth over here. I don't think there is. Yo, on that note, I don't think I found a rebuildable hearth this update at all, other than the one
At the beginning.
outpost. Yeah, I used to find them all the time, like randomly in the buildings. I might as well grab the fucking axe right now. Goblin, die.
La calma you. Ah, perfect.
Oh wow! Did you read what the build lore case does?
It gives you new building stuff, it says.
Oh, the case, it says, collection of tomes with ancient knowledge of build lore. Study this collection for a chance to build without spending resources.
Okay. Hey.
Zahar Lindul.
So that would be pretty cool.
My Elven district. Okay, there's a bear cave there, that's normal. The real question is where is the blessing? Oh shit.
What?
Does it get more perfect of a starting Elven district than this?
What was the question?
I sent you a screenshot. Does it get more perfect of an Elven district to start with than this? No bear cave up here, and the blessing and the Musenkin carvings are right there.
Nice.
Now, if there's a rebuildable hearth in one of these two buildings, which of course there's not going to be, why would there be, but it's okay. I can work with this.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
Do what, Bobbies? There's no chicken. The chicken downstairs is gone, Bubbies. Dinner is over.
Hey, you guys had chicken and didn't have, save me any?
Yes.
Okay.
Just clarifying.
Yeah. So you know I went to a Civil War reenactment this past weekend, right?
Yeah, you told me.
Okay. So we actually had like 5 guys. There's me, my dad, and 3 other guys with and that's like the most we ever had. One of the guys, he's probably a little bit younger than me, or maybe 10, 20 years younger. No, actually, I think he's about 11 years younger. But he recently got married, right? And on the first day that he joined us, it was just him, right? So then the next day, I was told that his wife would be coming. So his wife came, and she watched as a spectator. And then after the event, was done on Sunday, she was like, "Man, that looked like a lot of fun." And I was like, "Wait, does that mean you'd want to join us?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'd give it a try." And I was like, "Dad, we got another one. She'll join us."
One of us.
Yeah, but she actually looked like she was in her 20s or whatever. Actually, it was kind of funny too. My when I said that, my dad, we got someone who'd join us. He was like, you'd have to look like a boy, right? And she's like, that's not hard to do. She said something to that effect. Because she was pretty skinny and pretty young and shit, and it's like, I wouldn't say she had like a flat chest, but it's
Anybody taking me?
Probably like big B's, maybe small C's, maybe.
Itty bitty titty committee.
But yeah, itty bitty titty. Hey, so do you know what committees chicks with small titties join?
Itty bitty titty committee. I just said that.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
But she was kind of cute, actually. For as young as she was looking. Cute or hot or whatever,
No!
Is he over here looking at married women?
Yes, that actually knowing the guy's last name and stuff, it's like I actually looked her up and stuff, and
We're going out to dinner next Thursday?
right.
I was making a joke, because you said you looked her up. I was like, yeah, I looked her up, and we're going out to dinner next Thursday.
Yeah. Leave him and come be with me. Got you. Damn. Been a while since I've like done 139 points of damage, at least that I've noticed. But I did it on a tree with my bell carver pre-cutter.
Nice.
It's today's date.
Did.
Ooh, the 28th. So at some point today on Amazon Prime, the second season of The Rings of Power is going to be on today.
Nice.
Oh shit, today is the 28th, so yeah, it's probably already on.
Shit. Actually, I destroyed the pillows. Good job, Bubby. Holy shit, that's a lot of elk. Turn around and there's like 8 elk right outside my house.
This is all we got now.
Person.
Men won't have us.
I love that still works. In case you didn't know that still works, it still works.
What still works?
The glitch for putting hearths like underground.
Yeah, okay.
What game is he even trying to play? Beb. Hmm.
Hey, so do you know if Smaug was the last dragon, you know, in the storyline?
Well, by default, no, because this game is technically canon, I'm pretty sure.
It's what?
Pretty sure this game technically counts as canon. It's in the Middle Earth franchise. So that would by default make the dragon in this the last dragon in Middle Earth, if anything. Although it's kind of referenced and confirmed that there's other dragons out there, just not in Middle Earth. Dragons come from the north, they're not native to Middle Earth. They reference that in the Desolation of Smaug movies, like The Hobbit and everything. Like when Legolas's father or whatever shows his dragon burns and everything, he's all like, "Don't lecture me about the beast of the north."
Alright.
They're not native to Middle Earth.
Yeah, I just didn't know if they were like, you know, if Smaug was the last dragon, you know, or if it was,
Smaug was the main dragon known about, like, in Middle Earth and everything, pretty sure.
yeah.
Because Smaug came to Middle Earth from the north. He was drawn by the gold of Erebor.
Alright.
It even said, like, even when they talk about, like, when he descended upon Erebor from the first time, it said a shadow, he was a shadow that descended from the north.
Yeah.
Which means, in theory, it's not confirmed, but in theory, that means that on whatever continent is to the north of Middle Earth, because it's already confirmed that there's other continents out there, but that's the whole point of it being Middle Earth. There's a continent to the, like, every direction of it.
Right.
They're just never talked about, really. We know that the elves come from the east, because that's where they go home to when they cross the Eastern Sea.
Yeah.
Technically, as far as I'm aware at least, the only race that is confirmed native to Middle Earth are hobbits and humans. There's a lot of dwarves in Middle Earth, yes, but I don't think they're technically native to Middle Earth. I think the dwarves came from the west.
They dug through the core.
Could be wrong on where the dwarves came from. They might be native, but I'm pretty sure the two that I know for a fact are native to Middle Earth are hobbits because they're native to the Shire, and men. Middle Earth is the realm of men.
I don't know if you watched The Rings of Power.
No,
Yeah. Just like, you know, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh, wait, what? Hobbits were nomadic?
yeah. Once upon a time, they were.
Yeah.
Referenced in that's referenced in a couple of the books and The Hobbit and everything. Is that the hobbits are thought to be like lazy people that like never move anywhere, but that's because once upon a time they were like the dwarves and super nomadic and always moving. And once they found the Shire, it was like their promised land, basically.
Yeah.
It was a safe place where they could reside outside of the eyes of the rest of the world, like races and everything.
Right.
The hobbits of old were actually like warriors and everything. That's referenced right in Bilbo's bloodline and everything, that the Tooks used to be like warriors and generals and stuff.
How many minutes of
The hobbits of the Shire act like they're folktale, but Gandalf was flat out like, no, they're true stories. Hobbits used to lead armies into battles against goblins.
I've never read any of the books, but it's like, you know, I played, like, I don't recall which Lord of the Rings game it was.
It's admittedly never really talked about them fighting things bigger than goblins, but there's definitely references to like wars between goblins and hobbits.
Alright.
Mommy, I want the tattoo. Mommy, I want the tattoo here.
I want you to leave me alone.
Mommy, I want the tattoo here. Mommy, I want the tattoo here.
Ooh! I didn't even see the floor busted out there. But running up to, I mean, I got up here, but I didn't even see, like, there was a landing at the top of the stairs, or at least, you know, there was a landing, but it was, like, broken out by something. I didn't know that it was busted out, so I tried to run up there, and I was like, yep, there's no landing there. If I keep hitting up all these spots that have Ori's Muzanaka carvings, it's like I never need to go hunting for them again, I think, for quite a while. Hey, there's a statue. I found all the statues I can find for the area now. This is a smaller basin I remember it being. Oh, not that it was a base, but it could have been someone's house or something. I just got to the Elven Quarter.
Nice. Grayson, can you please just relax?
You're asleep.
At least relax. I'll take that. You know what I mean? What's he doing? What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
BATH.
Mommy, where you going?
Nowhere.
Downstairs, okay.
Lay down, Bubs.
Downstairs, wherever you want. Don't go. Don't just go. I want my phone.
Bubs, I don't even know where that is. So,
What's there?
Mommy said no.
Where? Where?
Mommy said no. No.
Wait.
I got quite a bit of stuff to clear out, but I mean, my area is kind of like your area. You know, for the well, couldn't tell where Albereth's blessings were, but I don't have a bear cave up here either, and like I mean, I do have an orc camp and the wizard script or whatever you want to call it, wizard's mark that I gotta translate. That's up there, but I mean,
I haven't found the wizard mark there yet, but like in the past, every time I've ever had like the blessing and the carvings up in that little corner area, there's always a bear cave there also.
yeah.
And it's like, well, fuck, can't use this one. I'm not gonna have a bear cave in my front yard. I'll deal with it being like in like that like lower part, like below like the cliff from like the platform up there, but no, I'm not having it in my yard.
Yeah.
They can fuck off with that. And this is why I did the bare minimum in this space. I didn't want to have to transfer too much stuff. God, I need to find some black diamonds. I've been working on the railroad.
I also had a statue up here too that I've already built.
Nice. I admittedly think about that joke every time I play the newer God of War games.
Alright.
I said I admittedly make that joke in my head every time I play the newer God of War games, because fucking the dwarves, traditionally, in almost anything the dwarves are in, like to sing. It's not talked about in the God of War version of them, but traditionally, dwarves like to sing. And then in the God of War version of dwarves, for whatever reason, they're obsessed with the trains that are all throughout the fucking mines and everything that they ride. So, like, every time I, like, picture, like, the dwarves building those train tracks, I imagine them sitting there like, I've been working on the railroad.
Right.
Quiet. I see prey ahead.
a new spot for that real quick.
I just found me a chest.
Yeah, those are where to find the tomes.
I have a tome that I found, but it is a scroll.
Oh, a scroll. Okay. God, it took my brain a second to process that. I swear to God, I thought you said a squirrel. I was like, what? I was like, we can find squirrels? I'm not even high. It's probably the problem.
Actually, at a Civil War reenactment, we had a ballsy little squirrel. He, came towards our camp after we finished setting up and shit. And, I mean, the next day was like, he moved, I don't know how far he came into the camp, but, he came into the camp and, while we were out at McDonald's. And then, as I was dropped off and coming back to his camp, I just see him bounding out, out of the camp and shit. And, he kind of sat there, behind the box as I was sitting down inside the camp and shit, And, he just sat there for, a good, 5-10 minutes.
Best thing I've ever seen involving a squirrel and the Civil War reenactment was I don't know if this squirrel was unlucky and got stuck in there before the cannonball got dropped in, or if it jumped in before it it fired. But a squirrel ended up in one of the cannons.
Well, if it was at a reenactment, it probably wasn't an actual cannonball, but it was probably a black powder charge. But I mean,
it was a reenactment thing, but they had certain cannons that they shot actual cannonballs out of into an embankment thing where there's no actual people around. They had dummies.
Yeah.
Or
whatever. We had one where it's a mortar firing, and they're doing actual demonstrations for how accurate it was.
Yeah, it's more or less what it was. It was more of a demonstration of how the cannons worked. They had dummies out in the field, on the hill or whatever.
Yeah. Ours, we had kind of a circular stool, and then we placed a lawn gnome or something on top of it. And actually, I think last year I was at Hannistown, and they fired the mortar at the they fired the mortar at the lawn gnome, and they actually got pretty close, but not close enough. What they actually hit was the leg of the chair, and it knocked over the thing.
The only one I ever saw a demonstration of where they did a target shoot that type that you're describing type thing was it was actually a naval one. It was a cannon, a boat cannon.
Right.
So they were shooting it off the boat at a buoy.
Right.
one of the coolest things I ever saw, like Civil War was like it was like it was a computer program. Like, that's something I saw like in real life, obviously, but it was like a 3D like rendering and everything of like what like the fucking iron like warships that the South was trying to make would have been like.
Alright.
I don't know how many of those they actually made, if any, but I know they were trying to make them. Did they ever actually make those?
Are you talking about the thing from, there's a movie called Sahara? Yeah, I think Matthew McConaughey was...
Yeah, they have it in that, yeah. It was basically supposed to be like a fucking... like, I've like, heard about it, like, and like, I've like, read about it, like, in my actual, like, fucking, like, history classes when I was in college and stuff, like, that there's actually, like, plans for prototypes for it, but I don't know if they ever actually made it.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it was basically supposed to be like a fucking Civil War era tank that drove into the water. Which I don't know who the fuck in that time period would have came up with the plans for, but like how would they have ever planned to actually make it?
Yeah.
And function at that point in time. Like, I'm sure they could have made it. I'm sure they could have made it, but like to make it actually float.
You said they were, it was the Southern plans, right?
Yeah.
The South was actually pretty broke when it came to, you know, resources and money for the resources.
That's my point, though. Like, I'm sure they could have built a prototype or two, but like, how would they have feasibly have made that, mass-produced it, and had it working?
Well, I mean, like, you know, the North had brass cannons, for most of the cannons that they had, whereas the South, they had wrought iron cannons, right? So, and they had fewer cannons in a battery and or a section than the North did. The North would have, shit, I keep forgetting which one's a section, which one's a battery. But like, whether it was a section or a battery, the North had 3, or like 1, and then the other one, like, you know, the bigger unit would have like a total of 6. You know, and then there's like, I think Sergeant, Corporal, Major, I think, or like, you know, so it's like one guy would cover, you know, I think it was batteries. One guy operated the battery. Everybody else on the cannon was a private, and there was hardly any room for, you know, advancement for rank.
So it was a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, pretty much. So when it came to,
I don't know why that cracked me up so hard.
yeah, then there was the battery. Oop, I think I got a bear cave here.
Fucking Civil War pyramid schemes.
Shit, what was I saying now?
Sorry.
Yeah. But like the South was so broke that they only had like 2 in a section and then 4 in a battery. So it's not like they really had enough resources to actually say, "Hey, let's make this this boat float down the river" idea feasible. I'm sure they probably would have liked to, but I mean, you know, once the North saw that it had boats, they probably would have like, "Oh, hey, let's stick away from the rivers here." Oh shit! I'm like eating the apples, and I can't eat any more than what I can already have.
When is a dwarf truly ever full? I just need elven wood and I can build those court cases.
And actually, ooh, I just need a tome. Just need 1 tome, and I can build, well, you know, 1 tome and amber, and then I can build the elven cage, or the,
once again,
I can build the lore cage.
You. That's like the saddest part about the fact that I build my base in the Elven District is every time I have to deforest it.
Yeah.
Ooh, bonus. I forgot about. So what do I need to build that? I can build a workbench and a spinning wheel. A roasting pit, a grist mill. Buddy. Wait. I just had a realization.
What?
They've supposedly fixed the stability issues with building.
Well, what's the issue?
Remember, like how like before you couldn't build your buildings too big, or they started to like crumble in on themselves.
Oh yeah.
They supposedly fixed that. As SLM has said, he's on to like 12 floors in his mega base. Meaning, theoretically, I could finally build my long-dreamed plan I wanted for the Elven District. I just don't know which one I want to go for. Do I want to go for building like my own little mini city and having like a different building for like each type of resource, like wood in one building, stones here, etc.? Or do I want to turn the entire room into like one giant building, like make multiple floors? Questions.
I wonder if this is just like, you know, the books or the shelves. I wonder if that's just, you know, for that small area that you'd be building in, or if it's like, you know, like if you can build the lore shelves and you know, cases, and then it like just, you know, transfers to other bases as well.
That's actually a good question.
You know, like whether there's a range limit.
Over there! What is that?
Bigger than I thought it was going to be.
That's what she said.
A bear nest!
That's a decent amount of urban wood, actually. And it's bird-based stuff.
Okay, so there's or right. I don't know if this is the bookcase or if this is. Holy shit! The case capacity for the build lore. It's 75 books or tomes could be fitting up in that shit.
Jesus.
Pretty sure I can build the shelves too. Yep. Yeah, so the both capacities for the shelves and the cases is 75.
I'm about to build mine now.
I just built mine in the first base.
Well, that is a big bookshelf. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I bet you thought they were going to be smaller, like I thought they were going to be smaller.
Why did those actually just fit perfectly? Those fit perfectly in my little house.
So you got floor-to-ceiling bookcases. Hey, I do actually have two things in there. That's kind of cool. Like if you look at the scroll shelves, there's like little slits on the sides, like on the inside of the case, or the shells. And my first two scrolls went in the top and bottom one on the bottom left-hand side.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
I finished building this stuff, and then we'll watch our movie. You hear me? So, I'm gonna finish getting my base set up and we'll watch our movie.
So you're gonna go watch a movie, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually thinking of getting off to go watch. I was thinking of getting off to go watch. And I actually did kind of get off. But I was trying to find Rings of Power.
Yeah. We've been trying to watch The Quiet Place day one or whatever for like the last 2 or 3 days, but Sony hasn't let us.
Alright.
I'm asleep now, so. Just trying to finish building the stuff I'm trying to build so I don't forget about it later. Chris.
Ah, perfect.
So, I don't know if I'd ever watch it, but I mean, The Quiet Place Day One, is that like free on another streaming service?
What is the Quiet Place
We
on,
got
dude?
orcs.
What is the
That's
movie
all
on?
you got?
No.
What is the Quiet Place on? Like, what app have you been watching on? What app have we been watching the Quiet Place on? Bleezy is asking what it's streaming on. Bleezy. How did you get inside my house, motherfucker? She she thinks it was on Prime. Either Prime or Paramount, she said.
Paramount?
Yeah, she said it's either Prime or Paramount. She doesn't remember.
Okay. I was looking at it on Amazon Prime or whatever, and like, is it free for you guys, or did you pay for it, or?
We have Prime Video. Because her mom has Amazon Prime, so use her account.
Yeah. I don't remember so many fucking things being locked up.
What do you mean?
Scrolling through some of the like movies we think you'll like, top-rated movies. Although now that I'm looking back at the top, it's not as locked up as I thought it was. I mean, there's tab or whatever it says, explore home premiere movies, and like it's pretty much new movies that come out, like Inside Out 2, Long Legs, Brady People, Twisters, Despicable Me 4, Fireplace Day 1, and other ones. Those are movies that I'd have to buy.
Yeah, we bought Twister. It was pretty good. Wasn't as good as the first one, but it was pretty good.
Come on, what the hell? Oh, now it's saying it's August 20. I thought it said August 28th, not the 29th. The fuck? Oh, at least it's 5.5 hours, or a little less than that actually.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It says coming soon, August 29th, 3 a.m. Eastern time.
Dude, they really spoiled me with the start of the Selvin district in this campaign. It's a nice little
What?
starter base. I said they really spoiled me with the Selvin district in this campaign mode. It's a nice little starter base. The Elba blessings right there, the fucking carvings right there. And then after actually inspecting and fixing these up, it's a little house next to a forge building. So I didn't have to like build a whole new forge or anything. I just built around the forge that was already there.
Right.
Cleared out and fixed up the house, and then I just built around the forge. I didn't bother fixing up the top half of the forge, but gives me a nice little starter spot until I actually clear out the orcs and move over to the
I see prey ahead.
forge area. I'm gonna like go out to the forge area and like I'm gonna basically wall in all of like this tiled area and like the like middle section in the forge area, so I can leave like the grass area to grow the cabbage and everything still.
Right.
/ be a farm later on. Because this will be my base of operations until I get to Dwarrowdelph. And then once I get to Dwarrowdelph, I can start building my golden city.